Tired. Ouch. Oh, I hate getting on Twitter. Hi, Shannon. Still haven't cleaned my office. It's still a mess. Excuse me. I just woke up from a nap. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to take the said nap, but it happened. I'm okay. I'm pretty good. How are you doing? I know. Can actually see sunlight. Same. I finished the audiobook for the book 6, and then I passed out immediately after. Ugh. And that's like leftover coffee from this morning, and it's not very good. Ugh. Yeah, it was a mistake. I shouldn't have taken a nap, but work was extremely boring today, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Oh my goodness, I'm just like out of it now, and now I gotta wake up. Morning is very much better. Sorry. That's going to be contagious too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I make you yawn. Oh yeah. I love my new job. Don't get me wrong. I still have a lot of PTSD from my old job that like is like resurfacing, and it's really weird to like realize that I have so much PTSD from my old job. But it's like my old job is like this new job, like I'll ask for projects and then no one will respond. They just won't give me something, or they'll give me something that takes me like 5 minutes to do. And then I'm just sitting there bored out of my mind for the rest of like the 8 hours. So, I mean, but like compared to, and then I feel bad. Like I feel like I'm going to get yelled at, but I never do, because like I'm used to like getting yelled at when you're not doing things, because I have like PTSD from my old job. But no, like, I don't know. It's weird. An office gig is very different than what I'm used to. Very different. And I love it though. I get to be really lazy. It's just I'm not used to being lazy. It's not in my wheelhouse. But anyway. Anyway, I just got over being sick too, so like the antibiotics, like fucking, they took a lot out of me. Hi, Kay Kelly. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Hi. Hi. You were live 3 minutes. I started live a little early. I was like 2 or 3 minutes early anyway. I was sitting here, so I figured I might as well get on. And then I was looking at Twitter and wished I wouldn't have. I hate Twitter. I swear to God, I only keep my Twitter now because of Grinchathon. It's the only reason I keep Twitter now. Otherwise, I'd get rid of it. Ugh, I'm just so sick of it. It's just another one of the platforms that have like ran its course. Anyway, oh, tea is sleeping good. Like I said, I got leftover coffee. Yeah, it was a little early. That's what I'm afraid of if I ever get an office job, boredom. Yeah, it's I was really worried about like the shift of pace. And that's definitely been a thing. Especially when you're but I think it's more the PTSD is worse than anything, I think, with like an office job now. Like I was telling Shannon, like, I keep expecting to get yelled at for stupid things, but then I never get yelled at. So half the time I use this analogy, but it's like the best like analogy I can think of is like sometimes I'm like walking around the office like a feral cat, like expecting to be kicked, like timid, but like I never get kicked, you know? Like it's like that kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It's weird. It's a lot. I have a lot of PTSD from my old job and I didn't realize it until I started this one, like how bad it really was. Like it's bad. And this past week, last week was my first week without classes, so it was my first week, but I was sick the whole week, so or the whole second half of the week, so I didn't even get to enjoy it. Had to go to the lovely urgent care and get antibiotics and try not to die. Really isn't that serious. But yeah, I had more of an effect from the antibiotics than I did on than I did from being sick. It was stupid. Yeah, it takes some getting used to the office thing, but I'm not saying like it was a mistake. No, I will never go back to CVS where I was working. I hated it. This is the best decision, and I'm definitely 1,000 times happier. It's just it's an adjustment, and I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. There are so many like just I don't know. It's much better. It's just yeah, it does take some getting used to, especially when you're used to like running around all the time. But I'm getting there. It just takes some time. Yeah, it's like I do like today I didn't have anything to do. No one gave me anything to do. So literally and I worked from home today, which is nice. So I literally sat here watching the Johnny Depp trial and I actually wrote I have to proofread it because I don't know how terrible it is, but I actually wrote a chapter of my book. Because the chapter has been like scratching my brain for like 2 days. A character has been really nagging me to tell this chapter, and I didn't even know this chapter existed until she insisted I write it. So that character got her wish, and I wrote it. I just have to proofread it and see if it actually is whatever is readable. Anyway, waiting on edge like that. Yeah, ugh, it's so ugh. Yes, end of term, end of the term, end of the summer break. What the hell? I can't talk. End of spring classes. It is now summer break. I am ecstatic to not be in classes. Oh, it was a rough semester. I am. Oof. Anyway. Yeah, I had a UTI. Not to get too personal. I had a UTI and it was trying to kill me. I haven't had one in years. I don't know where it decided to come from, but I haven't had one in years. And it was trying to go to my kidneys, which was fun. I've never had it try to do that. Usually I can fight off a UTI really easy. I just drink like a shit ton of water and flush it out of my system usually. This one, no, it went to like, I actually took a day off of work, which again, PTSD about doing. And they're like, oh no, it's fine. And like, even my big boss, like my boss messaged me to check out to see how I was doing. But then my big boss like emailed me and he's like, are you okay? How are you feeling? And I'm like, this is weird. You know, like, and that's that like that PTSD thing. I'm like, a boss is checking in on me? What? But yeah, it was like I've never been in that much pain from like from a UTI. That was terrible because it went like I had like the back pain and the abdominal pain. Like it was like it was trying to get into my kidneys, and if I wouldn't have gotten antibiotics, I know it would have just gotten way worse. So I went and got antibiotics, and then the antibiotics made me more sick than the sick, but it took away that pain, which was really good. So, but the antibiotics, I had every like symptom the antibiotics wanted to give me. Like the first day I took them, I threw up, which is one of the symptoms. So the first dose, I threw up. And then every single day after that, I was like nauseous and tired and just, it was terrible. But I'm done with them. It was only 5 days of antibiotics, and I'm all better. Thank God. Don't want that ever again. That was terrible. Anyway, UTIs, they're fun things. I don't recommend. I feel so bad for like the people who get them all the time, just all the time, because I have a friend that gets them like really easily. Like if she goes to like a concert and it's like an all-day concert and she doesn't like find where the bathrooms are and pee as much as possible, she gets them like that just from holding her pee. And it's like ridiculous how easily she gets them. I'm like, oh, that I'm like, I can't. No. Anyway, fun times. Yes, I wrote a chapter. Woo! I did. I also, in my class where I was writing that book, and that girl that was copying me, stupid bitch. I'm still bitter. Can you tell? We had to do a reflection at the end of class. For that, we had to do a reflection at the end of that class, and I wrote about her in my reflection. I think I posted it on Instagram and my Insta stories, and I'm like, too mean. Basically called her out to the professor, and the professor like apologized to me, and she's like, I didn't know this was going on. And I'm like, you didn't, it wasn't your job. I was like, I was just making you aware that that's why I wasn't like making deadlines and stuff. It was because someone was trying to steal my shit and I didn't want her to have it. Symptoms aren't a to-do list. I was like checking them all off. It was terrible. Like all these like side effects from the medication. So ridiculous. Anyway. Yes, should probably talk about this, huh? I am feeling a lot better. Thank God. It was terrible. I've never had it like try to go to my kidneys. I was so scared. Like that was just absolutely terrifying. I've never had that happen before. That pain was. Let's just say I realize I never want children either. Like if they overturn Roe v. Wade, I need to like move out of the country just in case. because that was bad pain, and I was like, and I'm pretty tough with pain. I'm pretty good with pain, but that was something else. I couldn't imagine like being pregnant, like, and the pain that comes with that. Like, I couldn't imagine. Women are something special. Well, and not just women get pregnant, but yeah. People with uteruses are something else. Goddamn warriors. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into how my country is regressing into a bunch of idiots. Anyway, these books. Should probably talk about the books. We're like halfway. Yes. It was cathartic, that reflection, by the way. It's cathartic. Yes, I'm here. I'm excited to hear Kay Kelly's thoughts because we have some new. I forgot how like important these two books are because we get some new characters, some new reoccurring characters. Well, maybe that's a spoiler. But yeah. I don't think it's that big of a spoiler. But we get some reoccurring characters, some new ones. Some of my favorite characters, by the way, as well. I love these. Oh, I forgot. I mean, I didn't because I've read these books 20,000 times, but I love these, but I can't really get past coming up the hill. I forgot all about Sunny climbing up the elevator shaft. I don't know why I always forget that scene because it's absolutely ridiculous, but it's like Sunny saves the day again. Oh, I have to hold your vampire ladder for review. It says you can show it. There you go. Why is that held for review? Ladders being eaten by vampires. It is such a I think when Shannon and I first read this series together, I think we mentioned how much like Sunny saves the day like so often. But like Sunny just climbs up a whole fucking elevator shaft like with her teeth. It's always something you say too, Shannon. It's something like that is not anything that needs to be reviewed, but it asked me to review it. I got copies this time around. I didn't have these ones. Oh, nice. Oh, so you got to see the illustrations? Nice. Usually if you scan thrift stores, sometimes you can find random copies of the series of unfortunate events. That's how I gained so many copies because I have 20,000 fucking copies over there. But that's what thrift stores are some of the best places to find them for pretty cheap. But Sunny did that, and she was an administrative assistant. What are the two black? Oh, the two black pages. Yes. I love when they do stuff like that in this series. I think it's so fun. Anyway, hold on. This is what it looks like in the book. I think there's like a book. I don't remember which one it is, if we've already seen it or if it comes up. But there's a book where one of these books, there's like a whole entire page is just one word, like repeated. Maybe I'm making that up. I can't remember, but. Jan is a troublemaker. She's at $1,000. I didn't think she made anything at like working, but whatever. Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for. I like that. Cafe salmonella. Ridiculous. I always love, like I said, I've said this before, but I always love I love looking at the last illustration because it always gives a clue to the next book. I love that. I love that. Carmelita Spatz. Oh. Carmelita Spatz. She is something else. We love to hate her. We love to hate her. Salmon Waiter is always one of my favorites. Where's the one with Sunny as a sack of flour? This one is one that I annotated from the last time we read, but this one was empty, annotated wise, which is okay because I listened to this one, I think more. Half of it I listened to, so it didn't matter. But yeah. It's so cute. I can't. What? Oh my goodness! What'd you bring me? Wow, I see that. You brought me a flamingo. Yes, I see it. Hi, Ari. Hi, Aria. Ari, did you want to throw this? You want me to throw it? Look at this thing. She like the eyeballs like ripped out of it. Like it's there's supposed to be an eyeball there. They ripped look, like they ripped the eye off. The eyeball's supposed to be there. They ripped the eye off and put a hole in its. I mean, they love this toy though. Look at it, mangy. I can't throw it out though because we love it. Go get it. She's ridiculous. She'll bring me like all these toys and she'll cry and cry and cry until I throw them. Here she comes. Here she comes. Wait for it. Gotta pretend to ignore. Did you bring it back? You didn't bring it back. It's too far away. I can't reach it. Can't reach it. It's too far away. Sorry. Well, I can't throw it if it's that far away. I can't reach all the way over there. You failed. What? Cute. I brought their litter box into here because it was in my bedroom and I didn't like it in there. And I brought it in here and I moved it. That's my like $500 litter box, right? And now it doesn't want to work. And I have to like take the whole entire thing apart. And I'm not happy about it. I think it's like a pinch. There's like a pinch. I've Googled it and it says it's like a pinch mechanism or something that needs cleaned or sanded or don't know. I don't know. Take the whole damn thing apart. And I'm not excited about it. So I've been scooping it. I've been scooping a non-scoopable litter box or a litter box that I'm not supposed to be scooping from. It's supposed to scoop itself. Anyway, sorry. Got distracted. Cats. I want to know if her teeth ever hurt. I don't know. I wonder if she's like she's teething, so that's why she's always chewing on like hard things, you know? I don't know. Sunny's special. Yeah, they might have lied just to try to get like him to bid. Probably didn't even have that much money. Probably didn't have anything. Salmon ice cubes. Ugh. Just a bunch of cake sniffers. It was a flamingo. Well, she left. She's going to bring back another toy, I bet, because I didn't throw that one because she left it too far away. I can't reach. I don't know. I never really took in her words as like categorized them all. I don't think there's anything deeper to them. But maybe it would be interesting if like there's actually like a secret to them that I never knew. I don't know. There might be, but I don't think so. I haven't ever heard anything about her like words being like a mystery or anything. Besides like just being baby talk that only the other Baudelaires understand. The narrator. Lemony Snicket. Well, here's like the fun thing. Shannon and I read All the Wrong Questions right after we read this series. And All the Wrong Questions is about Lemony Snicket before Lemony Snicket became Lemony Snicket. It's like a prequel, kind of. It was really interesting. I really liked it. It was like a series. I was surprised. I really enjoyed it. So I recommend that series. But it doesn't like it's when he was like a wee lass. When he was a wee lass. The red herring. Yeah, I know. I always forget. Like the narrator is very much. He's very Lemony Snicket is very like good at fading into the background, even though he's the one telling the story, and then all of a sudden being like, "Yep, oh by the way, I'm here." I think it's like so unique. Hi. What? 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 Oh no, not you. Drogo, my sun and stars, the moon of my life. What are you doing here, buddy? And then I have my Ari, my little baby mean girl, who's not mean at all. Anyway, goddamn cats. So distracting. So distracting. I ran across a Baudelaire. Really? I'm reading a book about Toulouse-Lautrec, and then Charles Baudelaire. Charles, isn't there like a serial killer called Baudelaire? There's a real Baudelaire, isn't there? Yeah, Charles Baudelaire, wasn't he? Yeah, he was a poet. That's right. That's right. We've done this before. He was a French poet. Yes. Yes, and Beatrice. Beatrice. So many things. So many things, but I don't want to spoil anything. I also really loved, which I don't want to get into spoilers because, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but I love what the show did with Lemony Snicket's character and some of like the side stuff. Again, I don't want to get too into it because we didn't really get into too much of the VFD stuff yet. But the TV show, not the movie because the movie's trash, but the TV show did still bitter. The TV show, I think personally, did a really good job of expanding the world and answering some of those questions without corrupting what's already there, while staying true to the story. I think, which is really, 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 really hard to do, I think. But I think the TV show succeeded in that. But yes, I definitely recommend watching the TV show after reading. I think after we reread it, I'm gonna end up rewatching the TV show because it was just that good. I have a book over there of like the TV show stuff. Like it's like a coffee table book, and it's such a cool book. Anyway, yeah, it's just funny timing. Yes, we did. Duncan and Isadora. I love them so much. No, I think the narrator mentioned Beatrice, warning Beatrice at a masquerade ball that they were at together. They were at a masquerade ball together, and he said Count Olaf is or something, and yeah. And then nothing. He loves to bring up, Lemony Snicket loves to bring up Beatrice, as you will learn. And it makes me cry every time. And every single dedication, if you're not reading the dedications, every single dedication is to Beatrice, always. And they're always like, some of them are ridiculous, but some of them really like this one. This one's so dark. It says, for Beatrice, you will always be in my heart, in my mind, and in your grave. Like, okay. Lemony. This is why this was one of my favorite series, like, growing up, because it's just so dark sometimes. And this one, it says, for Beatrice, when we met, my life began. Soon afterward, yours ended. It's like, okay. I love the dedications, though. I think they're beautiful. They're beautiful in like a dark, twisted way. He didn't like to argue. Oh. Yeah. Without corrupting, still honoring, the synonyms. Yeah, I would wait till after. Just in case. Because they do some different stuff. I like it. Hairs. Ugh. Let me just say I love Esme in the TV show. That's all I'll say. And that her costumes are everything in the show, in the TV show. Because I think they were nominated. I don't think they won, which is a bummer. I don't think they won, but they were nominated for an Emmy for Best Costume Design for that show. I'm gonna have to look it up. TV show Emmys. It only received one Emmy nomination for music. I thought it received an Emmy nomination for the close. Maybe that was for the last series. Oh, it got six nominations throughout its whole thing. Outstanding fantasy and sci-fi costumes. That's right. it got for the penultimate peril, episode 1. Yeah, episode 2. It also got a nomination for production design and for outstanding children's program. It's only, I don't think it's won any, which is ridiculous. It should have won. Outstanding music composition for the first episode. For the first episode of The Vile Village, it also got nominated for costume design as well. So we got 2 nominations twice for costume design. 2 different episodes. Penultimate Peril and Vile Village, which is a book that we'll be reading next, right? Yes. It's a bummer. It should have won. It should have won for costume. It was robbed. It really bothers me that it didn't win. But costume design is just, and the sets, I really think they did a good job. For something that I was really scared of, they did a good job. Anyway. Yeah, the show, yeah. The show helps, yeah, because the show has Lemony Snicket as a character. Just like the movie did. The movie had Jude Law played Lemony Snicket. What a terrible movie. I hate that fucking movie. Oh, I hate that movie so much. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, just like he. But Patrick Wilson? Is that his name? Patrick Wilson? Patrick Wilson, right? Who plays him? What's his name? I can't remember his name. Warburton. That's it. Warburton. That's it. Warburton. It's Patrick Warburton. I couldn't remember his last name. I knew it began with a W, but it was there. I could see his face. But he plays Lemony Snicket in the TV show. Yeah, it is a beautifully stylized show. Yeah, definitely. Should have won for costuming. Definitely should have won for art direction. I agree. It is done really well. And I also think there's something about like which we've kind of discussed. I think we discussed it a little bit with like the first book, where like there's no set time period for Series of Unfortunate Events. There's no time period. Like you don't know if it's in the past, if it's in the future, if it's now. Like there's no actual like set time period of where we're at. And I think the show like plays with that really well as well, like really nicely as well. Because I think that's something pretty cool about, like, you don't really think about, like, there's no like set time period. Like the first book has like some like classic gothic kind of vibes to it, but then there'll be some stuff from our world, but then there won't be. And I think the TV show does like a really good way of like stylizing that. But yes, yeah, and there's another line about Beatrice as well in here in that same book where he's at like Lemony Snicket's at like a masquerade ball with Beatrice. But yeah, Esme and Beatrice. There's some stuff. I don't want to spoil anything. She does not like her. I don't want to spoil anything. Leo Awards. What the hell are Leo Awards? What awards? Leo Award. What is a Leo Award? No, I don't want to hear about monkeypox. I don't want to get into it. Oh, a program for British Columbia film and television industry. That's right, because it was filmed in Canada. It was filmed in Vancouver. Oh, they have their own awards? I didn't know that. Yeah. It's filmed in Canada. I was going to audition for Series of Unfortunate Events. In random news, when they were doing casting calls, I was actually going to audition. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I can't act. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, because they were doing like a big casting call. I could have did it, guys. I could have been Esme Squalor. I could have never been Esme Squalor. Could have been Beatrice. Could have been Violet. I look like I'm 12. No. Could have played Sunny. Patrick Warburton is Kronk. He's Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. He's Kronk. That's what I know him from. I've seen him in a bunch of things, but he does a lot of voice acting. But that's what I know him best from. He's Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. And I was pissed when I found out he was playing Lemony Snicket because of that reason. I'm like, oh God, here we go. And no, I think he did a fantastic job, but I was really anxious about it. Yes. Yep. It was shot in Canada. Yeah, right in Vancouver. That's where it was shot. I remember because what's his face was really happy about it because Neil Patrick Harris was really happy about it because he lives in New York, so he didn't have to travel that far, right? Vancouver's like right. Is Vancouver right there? Or is it Montreal? Vancouver's like right there, right? I don't know where Canada. I don't know where Canada is. I don't know where what is right on the border there. Right across the way, right? Isn't it? Oh no, that's Toronto, isn't it? Oh, never mind. It's really far away. Vancouver's over, isn't it? I thought it was like right across. It's not, is it? What is the driving distance? Yeah, Vancouver's all the way over. I was thinking like that. I was thinking that border. Never mind. Yes, Vancouver's above Seattle. Yes. Isn't Vancouver like considered? Is it Vancouver? That's considered like the. Someone told me once that like there's a part of Canada that's considered the California of Canada, where it's like, I don't know who said that or why. I'm just talking on my ass at this point. Oh yeah, the British because of the humor. Yeah. Esme is a great name. I love the name Esme. I always said if I ever had kids though, I'd want to name them like Violet or something. I don't think I'd torture a kid and name him Klaus because I think he would probably get made fun of a little bit. Should have totally auditioned. You never saw Emperor's New Groove? Get the hell out of here. Emperor's New Groove is a classic. That makes me never heard of Patrick Warburton though, because he's like Kronk is like, wow. Never saw Emperor's New Groove. Neither has Josh has never seen it all the way through either. He's only seen like certain parts because like I've made him watch certain parts. Because like I quote Emperor's New Groove like all the time, just like randomly. And Josh loves when I quote like one of the opening scenes. There's like an old man I don't want to spoil it, but there's like an old man, and I always quote that scene, and it makes Josh like hysterically laugh for no reason. And then I'll quote what's her face? Fuck, I forgot her name. The evil woman in the but I'll quote her as well. I'll take that box and I put it in another box, and take that box and put it into another box. And then I mail it to myself, and then I smash it with a hammer. It's classic movie. Added to the list of movies you need to watch. Hence Modern Weather. I've never been to Canada. Never been to Canada. Canada. I've never been. Someday. I'd have to go by myself though, because Josh can't go to Canada. Because he's got his felony. He's forbidden. He's very bitter about it. I've been to Niagara Falls because Niagara Falls is like right there. I've been to the US side of Niagara Falls. I could have probably crossed the bridge and gone to Canada, but I didn't. Can always keep the names for cats. Take a ferry over in a couple hours. Yeah, that's true. Take the ferry over, yeah. I always wanted to go to I want to go to Calgary, Canada, which is like a little over from the west. I want to go there really bad because they have really want to go to the Royal Ontario Museum of Paleontology really bad. I really, really want to go. I've wanted to go for like a decade now, but I'd have to go by myself. And I'm like, maybe someday I'll book it, especially now that I've traveled by myself a bit more. Although I've never traveled internationally by myself. But maybe when the pandemic is over, if it ever fucking ends. I don't think it ever will. I think I'm the only one who realizes we're still in it because my one friend, she just, fortunately I am an introvert and I don't visit said friends, but my friend just got over like a nasty bout of COVID, and she's vaxxed and boosted. And she just got over a nasty bout with COVID. Like she was bedridden, like took a week off from work, and we don't do that. Like she was really fucking sick. Really sick. So that's fun. It's never going to end. COVID is never going to end. It's never going to end. Especially when people keep acting like it's not still here. Like Gladiator was Biggie. Oh. I've been to the field in Gladiator where he's running his hand through the field. You know that scene where he's running his hand through the field of wheat or whatever in Tuscany? Well, he's in Spain, I think. He's in Spain in the movie because he's from Spain, the gladiator guy. He's from Spain. But that's actually was shot in Tuscany, and I've been to that field last time we went to Italy last year. Last year, yeah, when we were in Italy, we went to that field. We did that. I saw it. I seen it. Anyway. Oh my goodness, Ari. Is it because I'm ignoring you? Oh my goodness. Am I ignoring you? You're such a slush. Oh, you just had to say hi. What is your brother? Your brother's in the closet. Leave him alone. He doesn't understand that this is an accepting house and he can come out if he wants. You take your time coming out of the closet, Drogo. I love you. You're accepted. I shouldn't make those jokes. I make those jokes all the time. Oh, shit. Don't fall. Do not fall. Seriously. Don't fall. Don't. Aria? They like love sleeping in the closet now, and I don't. Damn cats. Damn cats. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. But the character is from Spain. The character in Gladiator is from Spain. He's from Spain in the movie. So that scene is supposed to be in Spain, I think, but it's actually in Tuscany. Or vice versa. Was it shot in? No, it was shot in Tuscany. But I think he's Spanish, right? He's supposed to be like from Spain, the character, right? I've only watched Gladiator a couple times. Oh God, I need to turn off Twitter. Let me get out of Twitter. I can't keep reading about school shootings. I can't do it anymore. It's too much. Especially in a state that is very pro-gun. Can't look at it. Can't look at it. Elementary school shootings. Yay, America. Woo! We're the best. Anyway. And there she goes. Are you all right? You all right? You okay? Hey, you okay? You are slipping. Get out of there. Look what you did. Oh God, there goes everything. I brought my winter coats up and I laid them like right here. And now they're on the floor because she knocked them down. Anyway. Yep, there she goes. Aria. Ari. Oh my goodness, Ari. You are a mess. Look at what you did. Daddy's going to be mad at me because our winter coats are on the ground. Okay, it's fine. As long as you don't pee on them, we'll be good. Anyway. Yeah, I've been trying not to look at the news. Like, I'm trying to give myself breaks from it, especially in the US, because we have so much, there's always something, and it gets too much sometimes. It's too much. It's too much. It's just, we just had a shooting. We just had a shooting a town over, like literally one town over. We had a shooting, not at a school, but we had a shooting. And then a couple days before that, we had a kid got caught at the middle school. Yeah, a kid got caught at the middle school in a town, the town that my partner went to high school in and went to school in. Got caught with a gun. Thankfully, they caught him before he did anything, but yep. And I have a coworker that has a kid in that school. So that's how I found out about it. And I'm like, God. My cousin that I work with on my mom's side. So I don't really talk to anyone on that side. So, but yeah, I try not to watch the news anymore. That's a lie. I watch it all the fucking time, but like I try to take breaks from watching the news. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then there was just that shooting in Buffalo as well. That happened like while I was sick, so I was like half out of it, and I could was watching the news, but then I was like half sick, so it's like. And then you still have like the war in Ukraine going on. The world's on fire. We should just end it. It's so terrible. Yeah. I try to like be aware of like Josh, like it's hard to describe Josh sometimes because like we are very different people on certain things, but then we have a lot of similarities, but we also very different people, especially when it comes to not social justice, kind of, and like when it comes to the news, like I swear we've had more fights over me, not fights, I don't want to say fights, but arguments over me like doom watching the news than anything else. Because he hates politics. Like, he just will not. And I love politics, but like I also hate politics, but I love politics. Like, I've always been that way though. Like, I've always watched, I can't stomach it a lot now, but I've always watched like debates and like all the things. And we just had an election, a midterm election here last week or before I got sick. So I've been watching stuff for that, but sometimes I doom watch the news. Like when the war started in Ukraine, like I was watching the news like every single day, like all day. And Josh like gets annoyed by it. I don't know. I think it's an ADHD thing, and it becomes like another hyperfixation kind of thing. Like I doom watch it because like it just becomes like another, like, I don't know. When ADHD happens, it's like all or nothing sometimes. And like, that's what I do. Then I'll be like glued to the news for like a whole week, and then I won't watch it for a whole week because I need a break mentally. But it was, I don't know. But then there'll be a lot of like Josh and I don't talk politics that much in my house. That much. Really. And it's not even politics. We don't talk we don't even talk like, sometimes we'll talk social issues, but we had a period like in our relationship, not to get too much into our business, but we had a period in our relationship where things were a little, because we've been together for a long time, like 10 years or something. But we had a period that was like a turning point kind of in our relationship where it was like we got into it. It wasn't like a fight and it wasn't like an argument. It was more like I don't know how to describe it. It ended up with both of us crying. Literally, like frustrated with each other, and it was like a turning point in our relationship. But it was a good turning point to have, because it was like I was feeling like he wasn't seeing me, or wasn't like, it was definitely like a breaking point for us when it came to like communication thing. Like it was definitely like a communication thing, and it really like opened up a lot for us and really helped us that we did have like this moment. But he wasn't, I felt like he was resenting me for caring about things. Like that's what it felt like for a long time. Like it felt like he was like mad at me for wanting to do better and be better and try to educate myself and try to become a better person. And I felt like he was like resenting me for it for a while there. I don't like, not resenting, but like, it's hard to describe. But I felt like he was like angry that I was trying to do better and be better and be a different person and do better in life, and educate myself more. And I always like felt like he was kind of like, just, I don't know, like would get nasty about it. And it was just like, yeah. But then he felt like I was always talking down to him, I guess, about it, that kind of thing. Like, and I didn't intend to, but that's what it sounded like to him. Like when we would talk about, like when the Black Lives Matter protests happened, and I was talking about, you know, my journey with anti-racism and trying to do better and trying to be better and, you know, and trying to educate myself. And he felt like when I was trying to do the work, and I think he would come from that point of view that a lot of white people like to come from, which is immediately feel attacked and their walls go up. And he felt a lot of like the stuff that we would talk about is like he would think that I was talking down to him, like when I would talk about my journey and stuff and trying to do better. Anyway, yeah, if that makes any sense. But like, yeah, so it ended up being like we both ended up like crying because neither one of us wanted to make the other feel like that. Like we both were making each other feel like we were stupid or less than, and that wasn't the case. Neither one of us wanted to make the other person feel that way or feel hurt or feel like they had to be something they weren't. But yeah, it ended up with like us both in tears and like a really like definitely a turning point in our relationship, because our relationship was like kind of hit a wall at that point. Because I don't know. I feel like if you're the same, I say this all the time, but I feel like if you are the same person that you were when you were younger, the exact same person, you like if you look back at yourself and you go, oh, I haven't changed at all, then you're not a good person. You're not, then that's not a good thing, I think, because you should always be doing better and changing and being better. And I don't know, but that's just me. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but we've been together a long time. And long time. At least 10 years. We don't know when we started dating, but it's been at least like 10 years. So, and I feel like it's the same thing with like your relationships have to grow and evolve. Your relationship will not be the same when you start out as it will be. If you want it to endure, it's got to have those difficult fucking conversations, and it's got to overcome those difficult conversations. And that was a really tough one for us. A really tough one. Because he was like mad at me for wanting to stay informed in the news. He saw it as me, like when I would talk about things, like I said, he thought I was talking down to him when I would talk about things. And it's like, no, I don't, that I was treating him like he was stupid. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no, that was never the case. I don't treat you like you're stupid. I just want to do better. I want to be better. And yeah. Like I said, I think it's a thing with white people that we do a lot. We like to, our first reaction to things, especially things when it comes to like the Black Lives Matter movement and talking about journeys with anti-racism, our first thing we do is to put our walls up. It's just something we do. And it's terrible, but it's the first thing we do. And it's something you got to work through, and it's something that he did like right away. And yeah, but anyway, we're good. We worked through it. Oh, it was something, but yeah, it's just interesting. And I think those are the conversations, like I said, you need to have those conversations, because if you don't do better. You don't become a better person. Anyway, how did I get on this deep topic when I was supposed to be talking about these books? All because of the Ukraine war and wanting to stay informed. Exactly. If you're the same, then you haven't grown. Yeah. You don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how long we've been together. I have no idea. Like we don't have a lot of photos together besides like when we travel. We don't take selfies very often. I don't take selfies of myself very often either. So, and we were friends for a long time before we started dating. And I don't know when I just burped. I don't know when the shift happens, so I have no idea how long we've been together. No idea. We don't have an anniversary, and we don't want one, because we're not those people. But yeah. Anyway, yes, it was quite the tangent. It's quite the tangent. Anyway, your journey with anti-racism and your journey with growth and being a better human And just being up to date on social issues is not always just a journey for you. It's often a journey for people around you too. And if you don't have those conversations, then you're not really doing the work. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, back to Count Olaf. It is all Olaf's fault. I audiobooked both of them. I audiobooked this one because I cleaned my bedroom and I installed the AC when I was listening to this one. And then I did half of this and half of this I read. Yes, half I read, half I audiobooked. So almost both, but they're narrated by different people. This one's Tim Curry and this one's the other narrator guy. Again. Count Olaf. Maybe I'm dating Count Olaf. Oh my god, that'd be terrible. That'd be terrible. Yes. So I told you, like, half of them are Tim Curry and half of them aren't. It's like weird. And it's like they're weird. They like flip back and forth. I don't know like what the contract was with Tim Curry, like if it was just like whenever he was available. I don't know. How is he so smart? Count Olaf is one of the coolest villains ever. And yeah, I just said that. Ever. Because he's so unique. And I said this before, like with the TV show, this is why I was really anxious about Neil Patrick Harris playing him, is he's such a unique character that casting is really difficult in my head for Count Olaf. And I think I was really anxious about Neil Patrick Harris playing Count Olaf, but I think he did a phenomenal job. I was pissed when Jim Carrey got cast as Count Olaf. I was so mad in the movie. I was so mad, and I think it was a terrible choice, and a lot of people do. A lot of people that like the books think it was a terrible choice, and it was. It was not a good move. He's not meant to play that character, but because he's so unique, he's so stupid, but not stupid. So smart, but not smart. Like part of his great villainy is not just his like ability to constantly be after them and in a new disguise. Part of it is the incompetence of all the adults around him, and it's just something. It's something. I really love Count Olaf as a villain. And I've done like some like side research with Count Olaf because I wrote a paper on the first book. I wrote a paper on it for one of my classes. And so I got to research like a shit ton and read a bunch of articles. I've read so many articles about the series of unfortunate events and so many articles on Count Olaf and his portrayal. And I've learned so much. And he's just like it just made me like really, like I always loved Count Olaf, but it really made me like really dig his character like even more. Like he's just so unique and interesting. Like he's complex, but he's not. But he is. But he's also not. Like he doesn't have that much depth. He's just, well, I don't want to spoil anything. Never mind. But like seriously, like he's something. He is something. Such an interesting character. Anyway, I read him with my own eyes. I've been reading a lot of ebooks, but it's mostly smut, so I don't have anything to give. I'm almost at my Goodreads goal, I think. I think I'm pretty close, but it's all because of smut, because I've been reading smutty books on my Kindle. Yeah, I'm at 63 books out of 80. I'm at 78% done. I just read. What did I just read? Oh, do I have that book here? Is it behind Nope. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Make it dizzy. Sorry. I don't have that book there. I just finished. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. I just finished New Kid, the graphic novel. That was amazing. Fantastic. But I also read this there's 3 books in the series. And it's Hooked, Scarred, and Wretched, which is like smutty modern day twists kind of like villains, but like smutty. But like the first one was obviously like Captain Hook, but it was like Captain Hook was like a drug dealer. The second one was like the second one was my favorite, Scarred, because it was like Hamlet and like, because Lion King is like a turn of like Hamlet, and it was like Lion King with people, like the Lion King plot line. If Scar would have won and been like the anti-hero, oh, it was so good. It was so good. Yeah, Lion King is Hamlet. Lion King is Hamlet. Did you not know that? Lion King is inspired by Hamlet. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm going back up. The only thing I found is Beatrice in all the books. Oh, be careful looking up stuff. No, the knots that they mention are not real knots. They're not. We Shannon and I think we Googled that last time we were reading the books. They're not real knots. They're completely made up. Yeah, Lion King is Hamlet. Lion King is based on the plot line from Hamlet. But what that's what I read. I read smut. But no, it was really good though. It was really good. It was so good. Like, I love the storyline. But it was like Hooked was like Captain Hook if Captain Hook was a drug dealer. And not a good guy. That one was really good. And the last one was like the Wicked Witch. Like, it was like Wizard of Oz. Like, if the Wicked Witch was a drug lord. Scarred was like about like a prince that was scarred. And his brother had the throne, but his brother was a piece of shit. Which, anyway, but it was basically a Lion King retelling, and it was fucking amazing, and I loved every second of it. It's called Scarred. Yeah, it was called Scarred. It was so good. Out of the 3 of them, like, I gave like Wretched, I think I gave like 4 stars. Like, I liked it and I thought it was good, but like, it wasn't like, but and Hooked I gave like 4 stars because I didn't think it was anything like amazing. But Scarred I gave 5 stars too because I read it like twice. Like, after I read it the first time, I'm like, I want to read it again. It was so good. I didn't know that it was based on Lion King until like halfway through, and I'm like, oh, like at the beginning I'm like, okay, is this Hamlet? Because this guy's like seeing his like father's ghost and shit, and then I'm like, oh yeah, because Lion King is Hamlet. That's right. Yeah, Lion King is Hamlet. See, I know things. Yep. He like sees his father's dead ghost and shit, like Mufasa. Yeah, it's Hamlet. Loosely. But yes. I've been reading a lot. Like, I just finished The Never King. I finished that. the Never King in the second book in that series. There's a third one coming out in September. I have to wait. But I just finished that series too, and that was like, that's a reverse harem series, but with Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. But Peter Pan and the Lost Boys are like of age. Of age. But it's like a reverse harem like series. Anyway, it was really good. It was really good. It's really good. I don't know what I'm gonna read next, but anyway, that's what I read. Anyway, that's the only reason I've been reaching my like goal for my reading goal. Oh, and I'm back to reading. It's behind you. Hold on. I'm not trying to hug you guys. I'm not trying to hug you. I have a bunch of pirate pictures because of writing my book. Because I found my crew the other day. Here, I'll give you some teasers. I found my crew the other day. These are some of them. Oh my god, that's my non-binary character, and I'm so in love with them. But like, there's some of my crew. There's some of my crew. That's some of my crew. Anyway, sorry. That's all you get. That's all you get. Little teases. I got to meet my crew the other day in my pirate book, and I'm flipping out about it. I'm so excited. But anyway, it's not why I grabbed this stack. I literally went to Pinterest. These are all from Pinterest because I have a folder on Pinterest for my book because like I needed it. I needed it. And I'm glad that I did it because I printed out just a ton of stuff because it helps for my pirate book. My ladies. I'm glad I did because it took me forever to find my crew and they finally talked to me. Yes, I have books everywhere. I have I was supposed to read this for like a readathon this week, and I didn't read it, and I probably won't. My reading planner that I don't use because I have ADHD. Some pirate books because pirates. My notebook with all my piratey stuff in it from my pirate novel. Anyway. Yeah, I heard Gallant was really good, but I haven't read it yet. Yes, that's the new. God damn it, I put it back. I'm not hugging you again. Drogo's looking at me from the closet like, what are you doing, Mom? Yeah, it's the new Schwab. Look at how fucking beautiful this book is, though. Look at how stunning this book is, though. Like it is stunning. I want to read it, but I probably won't. I mean, I will read it eventually, but it is. This book is really pretty. I don't know what this. I don't even know what this is about, and I don't want to spoil myself. I always go into books blind. It's so stupid. Like people make fun of me because I don't read synopsises. I buy books because of buzzwords, and I buy books because of authors at this point. And like, there's certain things, and that's why I'll buy them. Like, look at this. Like, oh, this is so pretty. Like everything. Oh my god. Everything casts a shadow, even the world we live in. So it's like, oh, I don't want to spoil it. I don't know, but it's a really freaking pretty book. It's a really pretty book. But anyway, I've been reading Nevernight, and I finally picked Nevernight back up, and I'm almost halfway, and this has been so good. Oh, so good. So good. I really want this to be a TV series. I was telling Josh about it. I said to him, I go, there's like I got coffee on this book. Nothing's safe in my house. But I was telling Josh, I'm like, I really wish Nevernight was a TV show, like Game of Thrones style. I think it would be better than Game of Thrones if done right. So far, I like the book. I've read the entire Game of Thrones series. Well, that's out. of the main series, of the Song of Ice and Fire series. But I haven't read the Fire and Blood. Is that what it's called? The like one about the Targaryens, more centered around the Targaryens. I haven't read that one, but I like this. I was telling Josh, I'm like, this is so much better than Game of Thrones. Like, I like Game of Thrones, and I like the Game of Thrones books, but I think this would make an insane fucking TV show. Insane. This is like if Arya grew up and went to assassin school. Like, oh my god. Like, it's everything. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, I really want Josh to read this book. Yes. Nevernight's an adult, it's adult fantasy too. It's not YA. Although they often shelve it in YA in a lot of the bookstores, but it's not YA. My goal is I want to read this, but then I have Empire of the Vampire up there by him as well. And I really, really want to read that, but that's like this big. But I want to finish Nevernight first because I don't want to get confused. But Nevernight's, the print is so fucking small. I don't even know if you can see. Like, that doesn't do it justice. That doesn't do it justice. But it's really small print. And there's footnotes and stuff, and like, yeah, Empire. It's like right. Yeah, it's right there, right there, and it's like reading the goddamn Bible. It's chunky. It's a chunky boy. I haven't read Brom. I haven't read Brom either. Yeah, Nevernight's an adult. Yeah, it's an adult fantasy. I said that already. This is the first time I've read Nevernight. I have all 3 of the books. I think. Do I just have the 2? Or do I have all of them? I'm blind. I can't see from here. Yes, I have all of them. Because I think I got like I think I got to like page like 100 in this, and I'm like, I need to buy the rest of. Well, I already owned the 3rd book, but I didn't have the 2nd book. I must have found the 3rd book for cheap and then like just bought it. But I got to like page like 100 or so in here, and I'm like, yeah, I need all of them because I need all of them. And it's definitely higher fantasy than I expected, but really fucking good. Really good. I'm really enjoying it. I really want Josh to read it. I really want Josh to read this series like really bad, but he's gonna push me on it. He's trying to be hesitant, but I really want him to read it. I think he will really like it. But anyway. I listened to all of the Game of Thrones books because I could not physically read them. I tried. It was too much. It was too much. But I did read them all. And I will tell you, they all became by the end. Like, I don't know where I'm at mentally. I think it was Shannon who told me to watch the show first. And I'm glad that I did. I watched Game of Thrones first, and then I read the books. And I was really glad for that suggestion because I never would have been able to know what the hell was going on in the books without watching the show. Because watching the show, I had pictures of people then. And it helped so much. You still haven't seen the TV show? Oh my goodness. Everything's good on the TV show except for the last season. I'm really excited for the new the one that's going to be centered around the Targaryens, right? Aren't they doing like something with the dragon? Well, I forget. It's called something with the dragon. Something dragon series. I've seen like some stills from it, and it looks. I think there's a trailer out, but I don't want to watch it. Is there a trailer out? Or did I make that up in my head? I don't know, but I don't want to watch it if there is. Basically, yeah, Nevernight is basically like, it follows a girl, Mia, who's bisexual, by the way, which is just an added bonus. But it follows a girl, Mia, who basically goes to assassin school is the best way I can like describe it. Like so far, like right now she's at like this assassin's like academy kind of thing. But it's like gory and bloody and really exciting. I really like it. But yeah, that's basically where she's at right now. But she's basically like becomes, yeah, she's basically an assassin. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, what does it say here? In a world where the sun almost never set, a woman gains. I can read this now because I've read enough of it that I'm not like going to be spoiled. But a woman gains entry to a school of infamous assassins, seeking vengeance against the powers that destroyed her family. She's the daughter of an executed traitor, Mia Cover. I can never say her last name, and I'm gonna murder it. She's barely able to escape her father's failed rebellion with her life. Blah blah blah. So she goes to this school of assassins kind of thing, and she's seeking vengeance. But it's really good. It's really good. There's so many characters in Game of Thrones. My babies are named after Game of Thrones characters. Aren't you, babies? Obi. Is that Arya or Obi? I think it's Obi. Gonna ignore me. Never mind. They're asleep. Drogo's in the closet. And Sansa's over there. I can see Sansa. I think that might be Ari. I don't know. Can't see from this angle. My babies are named after Game of Thrones characters. They take after them too. Except for my Drogo. My Drogo's the sweetest motherfucker ever. He's so fucking sweet. I love him so much. I love my cats. Anyway. Yeah, I like the TV show a lot. I think the TV show is really good, but I didn't like did not like the last season. But I mean, I think that's like a general consensus. Let's just say Daenerys's character development was a choice. It was a choice. It was a choice because the show. The books end with Jon being murdered, right? Right? The books end. That's where the series ended. He's still working on. He's never gonna finish them. Let's be real. But anyway, yes, House of Dragon. That's it. That's right. Yes, based on Fire and Blood. I have Fire and Blood, but I haven't read it yet. I want to, but I haven't read it yet. Cat. I recommend cats. Cats are amazing. Although if you have a plant, don't get a cat. Although who knows? My friend has plants all over the house and her cat does not touch any of them. I have 2 plants over there and they're both chewed to shit. They're on the tippy shelf and they're both chewed to shit because Sansa gets up there and choose them. You are not allowed to have emojis, apparently. That plant emoji is really offensive, and it's asking me if I should show it. I forgot that you got a plant, and we were seeing like how it was doing. Look at you go. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what happened in like the last book. Yeah, the eggplant. You probably don't want to do the eggplant. It has dangerous connotations these days. I forgot you had a plant. I did. I forgot. Oh, I remember you saying like that you got a plant. I forgot. Because I remember you said you were like, see if it survives. I remember. My cats eat my plants. They're just meanie poo-poo heads. Meanie poo-poo heads. Anyway, yes, this series is really good. Highly recommend. Although it is, like I said, it is chunky. Oh, and you asked, sorry, I never answered. But yeah, this is the one with like the footnotes. It's got footnotes. I like the footnotes though, because sometimes they're really funny. Sometimes they're like just like I was telling a kid in my class this last semester, my creative writing class. I was telling him like he's writing like a higher fantasy book, and I told him, I said, have you ever read Nevernight series? Because I was still in it. I've been reading this for over a year now because I put it to the side and I have ADHD. If it's to the side, I don't see it, and out of sight, out of mind. And I just recently picked it back up, and I was telling him about it because he's like, he does these like huge like exposition sections, and I mentioned to him, I said you don't have to do it. I go, but it would be really cool if you experimented, because some people hate the footnotes, absolutely hate them. I think the footnotes are a really cool thing to do in fantasy novels, especially because it gives like exposition without having to like go into those lengthy expositions. But anyway, I was telling him about this novel, and I was saying like Nevernight is something that you should definitely read if you want to like see how the footnotes are done. I wonder, does Empire of the Vampire have footnotes? I don't want to stand up and reach over there. I don't remember if it does or not. I think it might. Does it have footnotes? I can't remember. The coffee is kicking in. I'm starting to get hyper. Sorry. No, stop. It's unintentional. Don't forget about my plants. I forget about everything. I have ADHD, man. It's not, do not take my forgetfulness personally, because if you do, let me tell you, I forget my family, okay? My family asked me to come over last weekend? No, the weekend before last. They asked me to come over to take apart a bed for them because I'm that guy that you call to take apart furniture, because I put together furniture and I take it apart. I like doing that thing. So they text me and told me to come take apart their like bed frame for them. I forgot. And I even told them, I said, remind me. I'm like, text me again, like the day before, because I will forget. And I forgot. And then they were like mad at me about it. And I'm like, no, guys, like, I told you I was going to forget. I like knew I was going to forget. I told you. If I don't write something down, it's out of sight, out of mind. My brain does not, especially, I just got off finals week. So it was like, my brain was fried. I can't remember things. Like my sister wants me to come and take apart her futon as well. And I'm like, remind me. I'm like, because, and then she told me that. And then I'm like, I forgot to take apart Dad's bed. It's like, I forgetful. I'm very forgetful. Yes, the footnotes are the world building. Yeah, very much so. Like, some of them are just like funny. Some of them are really funny footnotes, but like they will just be like, yeah, they're more like exposition. Like it'll talk about like
It'll talk about like history and stuff sometimes in the like the footnotes. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes the footnotes are funny, but sometimes the footnotes are like, most of the times they're like serious. And they're not on like every page. The last like the last like 2 chapters I had didn't have any footnotes. But yeah, they're like kind of like, yeah, exposition, like more like about history and stuff. Like they're not relevant to the story always. Like you could skip the footnotes completely and not read them and you won't miss anything. But I like the footnotes. Oh, see, I can't do that. I'm not the computery tech person of the family for sure. I could Josh does that a little bit better than me, but no. I'm the fix it. I'm the person with the drill. I will fix things and I will do all those kind of tasks. I'll put together furniture, I'll take apart furniture, I'll fix all the things. But electronics are not my thing. Hence why I'm fighting with an electronic litter box that I can't figure out how to fix it. Do not want to call customer service. I think I did. I definitely did the warranty. So like if I have to ship it back, I can, but look how big the thing is. It's gonna be a big box. I just bit my tongue. I don't want to ship it back and have to go through that whole process. I want to fix it. But I'm more of like plumbing is not as fun. I'm not as like skilled in plumbing, but when it comes to like putting together furniture and that kind of stuff, yeah, I do all that. It's a huge litter box. It's like a big spaceship. A big spaceship that isn't working right now, and I'm really upset about it. I love that damn thing though. Well, when it's working. It's like it says, I don't know. I gotta just take the whole damn thing apart. Not happy about it. Between the 3 of us, we could have a moving company. Yes. There we go. We can have a moving company. I like helping people move. I shouldn't say that out loud. Now everybody's gonna come and like have me help them move. It's a very gay person thing to say. It's very gay of me. Showing my I wanted to say lesbian side, but I'm bisexual, so it's not that side. You know, the flannel, tie my hair up. I'm good to go. Helping move. Stereotypical. Try kicking it. I did try kicking it. It didn't work. It didn't make it worse, but it didn't help it. That's usually what my go-to. Usually my go-to with electronics is when I'm mad, I'm gonna kick it. I kick it, but it didn't work. Nothing helped. It didn't fix it, and it didn't break it any more than it already is. It's just, I think I have to take the whole thing and flip it over and like go underneath and unscrew some things and pull out some wires, and it's a generalization. It's a stereotype. It's a very like stupid stereotype, but there's like a stereotype where like the lesbian friends helping you move. It's a stereotype. I'm half of that stereotype since I'm bi. But anyway, I almost flashed you guys. Ooh. Anyway. It's very 90s. It really is. It's really a tired, old stereotype, and I wouldn't make it if I wasn't gay. Wasn't gay as fuck. I do like helping people move though. Like, it's stupid. Like, I am that guy. When the stereotype's right, it's right. Okay? Sometimes they get me. Sometimes they're right. It's a very outdated stereotype. Pride Month is coming up too, and here I am making stereotypes about myself. Oh, there we go. There we go. Well, at least they subscribed to me before they showed up. It's because I made that because I mentioned lesbians. Look what I did. I called them out. I can't make jokes. I can't make jokes. I know, and your emojis got held. But that didn't. But that didn't. That's okay though, because you know what? Now I have it on subscribers only. So that's okay. Subscribe to my channel. That's fine. Hey, if they're bots, it still counts as a subscriber. I'm fine with that. Oh my God. That's what I get for making jokes. How dare I? Anyway. We didn't really even talk about Isadora and Duncan. Kay Kelly. We didn't even talk about Isadora and Duncan. The triplets. I want to know what you think of them. I absolutely adore them, but I'm biased. Wait, so they got held and then don't show up? Quagmire triplets. Oh, you mean those people up there, that person who commented? Now I hid them. They're hidden. They're hidden from you guys, so that way you guys don't have to see them. I hid them. Yes, the Quagmires. They come back, right? I don't want to spoil anything. But they're in both these books. I love the Quagmire triplets. I think they're delightful. I don't want to spoil anything for you, though. I don't want to spoil it. I'm laughing at the hidden comments that you guys don't get to see. Oh, it's funny. Think they left too soon? The Quagmires or Mr. Naked Girls up there? I want to braid my hair for some reason, but I don't. I'm messing with it. It's like an anxiety thing or something. What am I doing? The triplets. I thought you meant Mr. Naked Girls. They left so soon. They gave up. But they subscribed to me to comment, so. Anyway. Yes. We didn't get too much of them in the second book. Womp womp. I think in the end of the second book, the last picture is Oh, never mind. That's not. Nope. The last at the end of this one, it's them getting carted off. Looks so silly. I always love that we get like. Yeah, they were in this one. They were in this book. They were, remember, they went down the elevator shaft and they were at the bottom, and that's why they were bidding on the thing at the academy because the Quagmires were hidden inside whatever it was, whatever the object was. They were hidden inside the red herring. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I knew. Like, well, of course I knew, but like when they traded places with the Baudelaires, I'm like, it's not gonna end good. That's like such a dark scene in here. Like sometimes I forget how dark this series gets. Sometimes it gets dark. Like these kids are being kept in a cage at the bottom of an elevator shaft, like in a cage. Like what the hell? I just forget how dark they get sometimes. But I love it. But like, woo. Yeah, they actually did see them. Yeah. Yep. And then they go back down and they're not down there anymore. That's why I get really annoyed. There's that scene where they're like, he's like, we really need to tell you about VFD, and Violet's like, no, later. And I'm like, shut up, Violet. I'm like, listen to them. I'm like, tell them. You need to know about VFD. Well, yeah, the Baudelaires were searching for Gunther. They were searching for Count Olaf. And they knew that the elevator shaft was an ersatz elevator, like a hidden passageway elevator, and not a real elevator. And so that's why they initially went down it, to try to find Count Olaf, and then they found the Quagmires. Jesus. Oh my goodness. They're back. Another subscriber. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Hookhand's security guard. Mm-hmm. I just love that Shannon sends random emojis and they get flagged. But like we get these spammers and they say the most ridiculous shit. And nothing. Not even a hey, did you want to show this kind of thing. Oh, it's hilarious to me. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. I love it. I love it so much. So ridiculous. It's so funny. It's not funny, but it kind of is. If you don't laugh about it, you'll cry. Oh, anyway. Anyway, what were we talking about? I got distracted. They're not good for my ADHD. That's like the biggest annoyance, I think. Like I don't care. It's really easy to be like, I go away. But like my ADHD, like it's really something with my ADHD. Like it really, like I can't focus then and I forget what I was talking about. Yes, the food. We were talking about the food. I kind of love algorithms. It's gotten so bad with YouTube over like the past couple years. It got to the point that I was like gonna start doing my live shows on Instagram, but I know you don't. Kay Kelly, you don't have Instagram, right? I don't think you have Instagram, and I don't have as many people over on Instagram, but it is an option if it ever gets too bad. But YouTube is just something special sometimes. It's something special. Anyway. Yes, we were talking about the Quagmires. I like the Quagmires and how they have like their own like traits, just like the Baudelaires, like how they're like the journalist and the poet. I forget what their brother, the one that was killed. What I forget his name. Quigley. It's Quigley. It's Quigley Quagmire. That's right. I forget what his like trait was because I think they mention it. But I don't remember. Maybe I made it up. I don't know. It's Quigley. I think it's Quigley. Quigley Quagmire. I think. It's about as social media as I get for my sanity. I love like Instagram. I really like Instagram. Although Instagram is getting more and more. Who is nudging me? Hi, Dane. Hi, Dane. Hey, buddy. Oh, your nose is so cold. Oh my goodness. It's cold on my feet. Can you not? It's so cold. But what was it? Stupid cats. Stupid kitty. You distracted me with your cuteness. I love you, Bane. I love you, Bane. Oh, someone brought me the flamingo closer. I already brought me the flamingo, but I never threw it. Oh, she's probably mad at me. Oh. Hi, Obi. Hi. Hi. He waved. Oh, God. Anyway. What was I saying? I got distracted. Damn cats. I forget what I was saying. Yes, it's Quigley. Quentin, yeah, it's Dark Shadows. Yeah. Quigley Quagmire. He's mentioned just like quickly. It's mentioned really quick in the books. In the books. I don't want to spoil any. In that book. Oh, social media. I was talking about social media. Instagram. Instagram is trying to be way too much like TikTok lately, and it's really annoying, and I hate it so much. It's starting to make me really annoyed with Instagram. Instagram is my preferred social media platform. Usually, it's like the first one I go to. It's the one I use the most. I hate Facebook, although I do have Facebook, but I hate it. I would delete it if like my dad didn't send me stuff on there. Like every couple years I think about deleting it, but I don't. Twitter is a cesspool lately. TikTok is fun. I like TikTok. I do like TikTok a lot. But TikTok, you can lose hours of your day. Like hours. Hi, Bane. Bane is right there. Purring very loudly and rubbing against me. I like Instagram, but Instagram's starting to be like TikTok. And I like TikTok, but Instagram should not try to be TikTok. The Reels thing needs to end. I'm so sick of Reels. And I have a friend who has TikTok. She might have deleted it, but I have a friend who has TikTok, but yet sends me stuff on Reels, like on Instagram, and the Instagram Reels are always like weeks to months behind TikTok, like weeks and months behind. I swear to God. And so like more than half of the reels that she sends me on Instagram, I've already seen like weeks ago on TikTok, and I just like them, and I just pretend like it's my first time seeing that. But YouTube, I use YouTube for live chats now. Every time now that I have more of a life, I can start to actually like I can actually start to make YouTube videos again, maybe, now that I have a life. I can appreciate a friend who would impersonate me and get kidnapped. That's a true friend. The Quagmires are true friends. Yeah, because Instagram is trying to be like TikTok with their reels. And my biggest like concern with reels is a lot of times those reels are not the people who made them. It's stolen content that people like put on their own page. And that's really fucking annoying to me. Like really annoying. Like it'll be like, look at this cat video that I stole from a cat creator. Like Cats Daily will be like the name of like the Instagram site, and it's just like stuff that they took from some other cat person on TikTok. Like, and it annoys me to no end. And I like Instagram as photos. I like the photos. Even though I'm really bad at posting, I like looking at people's shit. I don't need to watch stupid reels and ads. Annoying ads. It'd be awesome. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? That was awesome. I don't remember. I already forgot. The stupid cat is really distracting me. Really distracting. Oh, go back to making more YouTube videos. Yes. That's what I said. Now that I have a life, hopefully I can get back to making content again. It's just like, it's such a commitment, and it's like so many things. YouTube videos. Yes, I know. I need to get back to it. I'm so bad. And also, like, all I'm reading is smut lately, so I don't have like anything like circumstantial to bring to the conversation book-wise. It's just nothing but smut. I've been reading other things. I'm reading Nevernight, although Nevernight can get pretty heated sometimes because it is an adult book. It's not YA. A show of real friendship with the Quagmires. Yes, I know, and I'm so happy that the Baudelaires met the Quagmires, because up until this point they've been so alone, and it's just I think that's why it was like so refreshing for them to have the Quagmires. I mean, they have each other. They always have each other, so they're always gonna have each other. But like, it's nice to have them have another set of friends. Oh my god, there's so many ads on Instagram. So many ads. It's really bad. Although, so is YouTube. YouTube's pretty bad with ads, too. So, ads are everywhere. Can't escape them. Oh, July's coming up, though. So, like, once July hits, we'll have another Grinchathon. Because I always do Christmas in July for Grinchathon. I should do a June Pride Grinchathon, but I won't, because that's oh my goodness. I'm just getting subscribers left and right from these people. I appreciate it. Also, that would be like a back-to-back month of readathons, and I'm not doing that. There's a corner of BookTube for smut. There is. There's a corner of like book talk as well for smut. And it's not all I'm reading. It's just I just read a lot of it lately. I think because it's so easy to read and I fly through it. Like the smut is just it's adult romance is easy as fuck to read through. And it is delightful. I mentioned smut and they come out of the woodwork. But yeah. I didn't think that I liked like adult romance stuff. I didn't think I liked it. And then I read like one reverse harem series by accident. I don't even remember how I found it. Don't even remember how I found it. I think it was like cheap on Amazon or something. And I read it and I'm like, oh, and it's been downhill since. I like paranormal adult fantasy, adult romancy fantasy the best, I think. Like a Hades and I've read like every single Hades and Persephone retelling, smutty retelling that I can get my hands on. I've read it all. There's a girl that wrote a woman a woman that wrote one that I really liked. She has a Lucifer one coming out soon. Oh, I'm so excited. It comes out in July. I've already pre-ordered it. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. But anyway. I read a reverse harem one that was like monsters. It was cool. It was really cool. Anyway. Orphans in Solidarity. Sorry, I'm behind in the chat because those people distracted me and clogged up my feed. Yes. Grinchathon in July. Always. Always. Christmas in July. Grinchathon in July. Yes. Yes. Always. Hopefully. Unless I forget. Who knows with my ADHD. Yeah. Romance is like, I used to like really fight against like being a romance reader. I don't know why. And I think I just progressed as like a reader. And like now I read smut. Now I read smutty smut books. But like even that Bane's using the litter box. But even that, like I fought against for like the longest time. Like I'm like, I don't like it. And then I'm like, now it's like all I read. It's like all I read. I knew what you meant. Yes, I read the Katie Roberts, the what was it called? It was called Neon Gods. Let me tell you. So I read that and everyone was raving about it, right? This was after I already read like a ton of Hades and Persephone like retellings. And I was putting that one off because people were like hyping it up and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna save it. It was good. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I did not give it 5 stars. Everyone acts like it's the best Hades and Persephone retelling that they've ever read ever. And I think it's the only one they've read because I've read, like I said, I read a ton of Hades and Persephone, like back to back smut. And it's not my favorite. At all. I think my favorite one, my Kindle's dying, but I think my favorite one that I read was, let's see. Oh, I read it last year, actually. Yeah, I only gave Neon Gods 4 stars. How do I get to my previous challenges? Past challenges. There we go. Last year. Was it the Bella Krause ones? Maybe? Yes. My favorite ones that I read were by Bella Krause, I think. Yes. Yeah. They were by Bella Krause was the name of the author. There was like 4, it was a trilogy. It was Abducted was the first book, but it was called Blood Fire Saga, and it was a Hades and Persephone retelling. And it was like, it was so good. It was so good. And someone gave it 2 stars. Fuck off. But I had read like a series right before that was like a Vampire King series, and that was fucking weird. It was really weird. But I'm glad I read it because it was like the first in that series. And now I think Bella Krause is the one who wrote there's a Lucifer series that I want to read that she wrote, and that's coming out. Yeah, Lucifer, I think. And I really like that character because he's in the Hades and Persephone ones. And I really like that character, and I'm really excited to read that one. But anyway. Yes. I think they're better. I think that's the Bella Krause Hades and Persephone retelling I thought was better than Neon Gods. I thought Neon Gods was good, but I didn't think it was like the best I've read. But that's just me. See, I got things to talk about. I just never talk about them. Oh, 20-year relationship. Oh my Lord. Here I thought I was with been with my partner forever. Holy hell. That's a long time. Woof. It's a long time. Well, I recently bonded with my my one professor, which I've been trying to bond with her forever, because she's one of my favorite professors. But I had my Islamic art class with her, and we finally bonded, and I was like so excited. But anyway, I was talking to her, and she was in this really abusive marriage for like the longest time, and it was like a sexually abusive marriage, which like TMI, but like we bonded and talked, and she opened up to me, which was like really weird because she's a professor, but like I'm older, so like it's fine. But like she opened up to me, and she told me that like because she also just finished writing a novel and is now in like the editing process, and that's what we really got talking about because I'm a creative writing major. And she told me that she said that after writing her book, because her book is a romance, well, it has romantic elements in it. It's a historical fiction, but it has romantic elements in it. She said after writing that book that she thinks she's ready for love again, to try to find love again. And I almost cried like when she told me that. I'm like, because she was like she's been alone for a long time. But like writing the book was like that cathartic for her that like she's ready for love. So my moral of the story is it's never too late for a happy ending. I also am a firm believer that soulmates and twin flames and all the shit that people say that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I think it's all bullshit. I've told my partner this before, like, he's not my soulmate. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as soulmate. Nope. I strongly disagree. I think there are people that are right for you at the right point in your life. And sometimes people grow with you, and sometimes you grow out of people. It happens. It's not a big deal. It happens. And romance is a beautiful escape. I also think this is also like completely tangent-y, but that's on brand for me. I also think that like I think that's men who are intimidated by smutty books as well. This is completely tangent-y, but kind of on it. And men who are intimidated by romance books. Well, women are, I don't think, no, because I want to like include women in that, but women aren't intimidated by romance books, let's be real. But men, well, maybe some of them would say it, but it's mostly a man thing that I hear a lot. But like, who are intimidated by romance books are a bunch of ball sacks. I don't know. I don't want to say they're pussies because I hate that. I hate using that as a derogatory term because it doesn't make sense. But yeah, I think they're just weak. If you find smutty books threatening, maybe you need to up your game. My partner, like, ever since I started reading smutty books, our relationship has been good. Like my partner Josh will like look at me and he'll like see me like reading the Kindle, and he's like, what you reading? He's like, are you reading a smutty book? And I'm like, no, I'm not right now. He's like, okay. He's like, let me know when you're reading one. Like, you need to calm down. I think it's the same way with romance, though. I think people think that like we compare romance books to like actual events, and it's like, no. If you find romance books intimidating, then you're not a maybe you need to up your game. Maybe you need to start being a little bit more romantic if you find them intimidating. But anyway, that's a whole tangent. It is a whole new world for you, and I'm so sorry. I'm sorry if it's like a bad thing. I'm sorry if it feels like a bad thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing for you to be. I don't know how it feels yet, but it's exciting. That's exciting at the same time. Whether that exciting is bad or good, it's exciting because like you have all your options are open now. I think it's exciting, but I'm a Gemini, so we're like, I don't hate any of my exes, but I don't hate any of my exes, even the ones that were like, and I've been cheated on a lot, and I've been physically, emotionally, and sexually abused in many relationships. I've been in some really nasty relationships, but even those people I don't hate. I'm a Gemini, so like it's like we just weren't right for each other, and there's a reason why it didn't work out, and I'm glad that it didn't work out, because if it wouldn't have, then I wouldn't have found Josh. And yeah, there's a reason why things don't work out. There's always there's plenty of fish in the sea kind of thing. Books are an amazing escape, though. Oh, see? Harlequin. See, I like paranormal. Yeah, I like paranormal romance. Not contemporary as much. I like dark. I like dark romances. Like sometimes. Sometimes I read really sweet ones though. Like I read a the first like smutty romancy smutty book that I read was, like I said, like it was a reverse harem, and it was actually so fucking sweet. It was like the single mom got stranded in the middle of nowhere, and like these like 4 hunky guys like took her in, and like they all like fell in love with her, and it was actually, and she like gained her confidence. It was actually a really sweet, it's a trilogy, and it was like really sweet actually. It was like really fucking sweet, and I like tried explaining it to my partner. It's like he's like, wait, there's like 4 guys, and I'm like, yeah, there's 4 guys. I'm like, it's a reverse harem, so there's 4 guys. And he's like, and she's in love with all of them, and I say, yeah. He goes, there's not like any like competition. I'm like, no. I'm like, it's just really sweet, and there's like love in between them, like as well. Like, I mean, they don't hook up because everybody's straight, but there's like, I don't know. It's even though it's smutty and there are explicit sex scenes in the books, like it's actually really fucking wholesome at the same time. Like as wholesome as smutty can get. It's really sweet, actually. I think it's like a really sweet series because like this woman like gains like her confidence. She was in like this abusive, like shitty marriage, and she's like a single mom with 2 kids and this shitty abusive ex-husband, and yeah, and she like has no confidence because of this fucker, and like then she meets these guys and they like take her in and they like all fall in love with her, and it's like, and she falls in love with them, and they all have like their own little unique qualities, and it's actually really fucking sweet. It was really sweet. Smutty, and like I said, there's explicit sex scenes, but romantic at the same time. Really fucking sweet. I like that kind of stuff. I think it's nice, but I do prefer like paranormal if I can get it, if I can find it. Maybe you need to up your game. Well said. I think so. I think if you're intimidated by smut, like I seriously do. I think like maybe you should be the one reading the smut. Maybe you'll learn some things. I don't think smut is a competition. It's the same way like I don't know. Same with reading any book. Like it's not a competition. If anything, if you encourage your partner to be reading smut, they're just going to get more riled up and want to spend more time with you. I'm just saying. Ask Josh. Poor Josh. I'm bringing him, I'm talking about him. I read books. Oh yeah, like there's definitely some comfort in the predictability of romances. Yes, very much so. Very much so. It's quite forgiving of me. It's not even like forgiveness. Like I don't like my like when it comes to my exes, especially like the abusive ones, I don't excuse their behavior and I don't think that they're good people. And I don't excuse the way that I was treated and I don't forgive them. Like I don't, it's more like a nothing. Like it's not, I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's probably the best way. Like my mother was my first lesson. My real mom was like my first lesson with that. Like it takes a lot of energy to hate someone and it takes too much energy, to be honest. And people aren't worthy of that energy that it takes to hate someone. So they're not worthy of that energy. It's too much fucking energy to hate someone. It is way easier to nothing someone. And that my mother was like the first lesson I had to learn with that because I hated my mom for a long time because she was like emotionally abusive and she was a terrible person. And I hated her for a long time because of it. And it was just exhausting. And I think like that is definitely like my Gemini showing is more of like a whatever kind of personality. Because once we're like done with people and once we stop trying, it's like we're done. Like it's done. Cool. Have a good life. And like I said, like my mom was the first lesson in that. And it's like I said, it takes too much energy to hate people. It takes way too much fucking energy. I don't know how like these evangelical Christians do it. It's too much energy. It's like find a hobby, man. Like I got no energy to hate. It takes too much. It takes too much. Nothinging people is way easier. Like my exes, like they exist and like we weren't right together for a reason. It's just how it was. I don't hate them. I don't want to be friends with any of them. Don't get me wrong. Like if I've ran into like every couple months, my one ex would show up at my old job. Yeah, I like not working with the public anymore because now I don't see them. Every now and again, my ex would show up to my old job. And one time it was to buy condoms and it was really fucking awkward. But a lot of times I would bring them out like they were like I didn't even know them, even though I did know them very well. But it was just I would just bring them out like they were just another person. And that's like the best description of that. Like it's like I don't hate you. I don't have the energy for that. And I don't know. It's just too much. Too much energy. It's easier to just be done with people. Obviously, like people take relationships in life too seriously, I think. Maybe it's me getting old. Maybe it's me getting old. Like I just don't care. I think it has like a lot to do with being comfortable with yourself as well. Like I think as a person, like if you're not comfortable, that's a very like cliche thing to say, but if you don't love yourself, how can you love anybody else? That kind of thing. But like I think it's partially true that like if you're not content with yourself and being alone and like you don't love yourself, well, I don't love me, but I can be really fucking annoying sometimes when I go on tangents about stuff like this. But like I think you have to really be comfortable with yourself and being comfortable in your own silence is maybe not your own loneliness, because sometimes people like to have companionship, but comfortable in your own silence is probably a better way to describe it. I think that's important. And once like you get a grasp on that, then people come and go and you're like, it's good to have people, but it's not always a necessity in life. That's my take. Yes, it's good to be a friend to yourself. You don't have to love yourself all the time. I think that's very, because I'm not that guy. Sometimes I want to punch myself in the face. But yeah, I think it's good to be a friend to yourself. Very much. Very much. I think if you can't be a friend to yourself, then like that's where I would say instead of like loving yourself, you should at least be a friend with yourself. And then read all the smutty fiction. All the smutty books you can find. And preconceived notions if they haven't read. Oh yeah, I did. I had preconceived notions of like all the smutty and the romance books. I'm like, ugh, romance. I said that for like the longest time, and now it's like I wouldn't be anywhere near my Goodreads goal if I didn't read it. Yeah, more of like a done over. Yeah, I would never date those people again. I would never make like the same mistakes, but it's more of like a hope they have a good life. I don't wish them any I don't wish them any bad energy. I don't wish them death or anything awful like that. I don't wish them any ill will. I just, like I said, and I've been cheated on a lot. People like to cheat on me too, and it's like people love to cheat on me. That's a thing. That is a thing with I think and I'm not going to say that I'm perfect too, because I'm a Gemini and I've made some mistakes as well. I'm not a good person either. But I think because I'm really chill like that. Like I'm really laid back and I'm really like, I don't trusting, but not like it's, I wouldn't call it trusting. Like I would say trusting. Yeah. Like, especially with like Josh, like I'm very trusting and I don't get jealous very easily. And people take that as me not caring in relationships a lot of times. And that usually ends up with me being cheated on, or it used to. And now I've been in a relationship forever. So, but like Josh went to Amsterdam with his friends, went to Amsterdam. And I worked with a girl who thought that, she's like, don't you love him? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, how could you let him go to Amsterdam without you? And I'm like, I don't own him. He's not my property. I'm like, he can do whatever he wants. I'm like, and I always say, like, Josh won't cheat on me. And if he does, whatever. But like, he won't. But like, but if he did, like, I always tell him, I'm like, just be safe. Wrap it before you tap it, and don't let me find out about it, because it'll hurt my feelings. But yeah, Josh would never. And if he did, whatever. That's why I get cheated on, because I just don't care. And read all the books. Yeah, no emojis. Those Harlequins are very complicated. I like I've been reading so many good like smutty books lately. Like so many good romancy series. To think that that's only people, yeah. Like Amsterdam isn't one of like the most beautiful places. Like I want to go to Amsterdam because I want to see the canals and I want to go like, oh, sure, I want to smoke a little weed while I'm there, probably, but it is Amsterdam. But she legit like saw it as like him, like this girl like that I worked with. She saw it as him cheating on me, like by going somewhere with his friends. I'm like, he went to Las Vegas too without me. Well, we went together once, but I'm like, he went to Las Vegas without me. It's fine. He can go places without me. I'm good. I don't need to be cling to his side 24/7. And I think that's another thing with the relationships. People can't, everyone's relationships are different though. So some people like to always do things as partners, and some people are like me where we're just like, we're separate entities and then we can come together and do things together, but we can also do things by ourselves. Very independent. It's the Gemini relationship. Super chill. Anyway, sorry. That was a huge tangent where I got on talking about relationships. This was in Vile Village, by the way, and I don't know why. I don't know why this is in here. I'm scared. What is this? Oh my goodness. This was a girl that read with us the first time around. And I printed out her notes because she couldn't make it to the live show. This is so cool. I love myself. She emailed me her notes. Oh, so cool. I wonder how she's doing. Catherine. Notes are below. I hope the live show goes well. I'll try and be online for it, but we'll be traveling through the Southwest. And so I'll be winging it on free Wi-Fi. This is so cool. I'm glad I printed this out. Anyway. Yeah. That's from when we read it the first time with Catherine. I wonder how she is. I printed out her notes because she couldn't make the live show. Because she was traveling. That's fucking cool of me. I love Past Dizzy. She's badass. Anyway, sorry. That's really cool. Yeah. I bet you do after like 20 years. Yeah. I think yeah. It'll do you really good. It'll do you good. Space is like your own time is such like people underestimate like how amazing it is to be alone. Because some people don't like to be alone. I don't get me wrong. I love my partner. I love Josh, and I'm glad that I have him. But like, I went through a period right before. Well, I had my ex-girlfriend before him, but yeah, there was like a period like before that like it was a break from humans, and it did wonders for my mental health. And you really get to know yourself a little bit better. Sometimes you need that like loneliness. People talk down about loneliness, and it's like it'll do you good. Loneliness is not bad. Loneliness sometimes is bad, but it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's good to be in your own space. Anyway. I did print it out. I completely forgot. I don't even know where that lovely lady is these days. I've been on YouTube for way too long. Like there's like people from like my beginning YouTube days that like every now and again they'll like message me on like Twitter or something. I think this is why like I have a problem deleting fucking social medias. But like like one of like on TikTok, one of like my old YouTube friends found me on TikTok. And like from when I started YouTube, like back before I even got into book stuff, and like before I found like the booktube community, and I'm like they found me on TikTok and I'm like, shit, like how are you? Like holy hell, like flashback, like blast from the past, like crazy. And I love that. See, so I'm glad I printed that out. I like those little things. Anyway, it's crazy. Anyway. Frida Kahlo's marriage was something else. Frida Kahlo's life was something else. It's another great bisexual icon. It's like, anyway, yes. Are we reading 2 books next month? These ones are about the same size, I think. Yeah, they're about the same size as we were. I think if you want to do 2 again. I think the next one starts to get a little bit bigger. That's what she said. Yeah. I think, and especially I think when you've been in a relationship that long, I think it's good to take some space. Like some people will be quick to like dive into something else, and sometimes it's good to take that time and read all the books. Like I said, I think people talk down on loneliness, and I don't think loneliness is always a bad thing. It's not a good thing always as well. Like it's not always a good thing. You need to have people in your corner. Like you need to have book chats like this one, but like it's not always a bad thing. There's peace sometimes in loneliness. Although I have 5 cats, so what the hell would I know about loneliness? I guess it's bath time, by the way. They're all washing. So what the hell would I know? Just adopt 5 cats. That's the solution to loneliness. You'll never be lonely again. I've never been alone, I don't think, because I've always had cats. Yeah. Yep. Right, Bane? Yeah. Bane says, yep. Cats don't count. They're assholes. I'm just kidding. I love you. When do they get bigger? I think the 9th one. Is the 9th one the carnival one? Oh, spoiler. I think the 9th one starts to get a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But these 2 are. We're getting to the scariest one for me. Number 8 is the scariest one for me. I've said this before, and it's like it's going to be interesting reading it now. But that's the scariest one for me. But that's because that's underlying issues. One day I'll get a hardcover set. The hardcovers are hard to find. I have my original hardcovers from when I first bought them. My originals, my OGs. And then I bought the hardcovers of the Netflix ones, but I don't think they did all of the books in the Netflix covers, because I don't think I have the last series in the Netflix covers. I'm usually against getting like those kind of covers, but I like them. I do not have the covers of the movie version covers. But Yeah, 9 and 10, I think they start getting a little bit bigger. A bit bigger. I do have a lot of cats. 5 cats. I used to only have one. It was just Hannah and me. Poor Hannah. I miss her. I miss my Hannah. But if I wouldn't have adopted my babies, my kittens, Bane would have been very lonely, and so would I. So I'm glad that they showed up on my doorstep when they did. Oh, she's cleaning his butt. He's gonna turn around and smack her. He's gonna turn around and smack her. Look. She does that. Sansa likes to smell the other cats and lick the other cats' butts. And they hate it. They get so annoyed with her. She follows them around and does it. It's so annoying. She does it to everyone. She does it to all the cats. She also bites me, but not hurtful bites. She does these love bites. She'll lay on my lap or something in my arm. She'll lean over on my arm and she'll bite my arm. But it's just these little nibbles. And then she'll fall asleep with my arm in her mouth. She's so weird. Sansa's a weird cat. She also likes baths. I think I've said that before, but she likes baths too. The Netflix covers are pretty cool. I want the whole series of Netflix covers. Oh, and I also have them all in audiobook as well. A couple on cassette, but mostly on CD. But yeah. And I have the first edition of the first book, and I have a special first edition of the first book as well. That's my pride and joy. It's my baby. It's my pride and joy. But I'm a collector. I'm a collector of series of unfortunate events. Yeah, I have a couple of them on cassette. I have the Ersatz Elevator on cassette, and I have I think the Vile Village on cassette as well, and one of the other ones, but I can't see it from here. One of the other ones on cassette. I don't have all of them on cassette though, but a lot of them. It's crazy that they're that old, that they're on cassette, because they started coming out in 1999, right? I think the first one? 1999? 1997. 2001. When the hell did the first book come out? I say that I'm a fan. $19.99. I was right. And ended in 2006. Yep. I was right. Anyway, the next two, we have the Vile Village and the Hostile Hospital. Can you tell which one I do? This was scariest. I don't like this one. I love them all. Don't get me wrong, but I hate hospitals. Oh, I hate hospitals. I love the Vile Village. I'm excited about the Vile Village. I like a lot of the illustrations, I think, is what the Vile Village, the illustrations are some of my favorite. I think. I'm trying to spoil myself, even though I've read these 20,000 times. Yeah. Yep. It's one of my favorite. spoiling myself. Woo. Anyway. Take that, Jar Jar Martin. I didn't even look up. I was too busy spoiling myself. Take that, Jar Jar. That's what I'm telling you. We're never gonna get that next like book that's like coming out of that series. Like, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Yeah, whatever works. Whatever works for me, for you, works for me. I am completely open, and Tuesdays are my work from home days. Well, it doesn't matter. I work till 3:30 every day, so it's not going to interfere with anything. Any day works for me. I don't have anything planned, and if I do, I'll reach out. But if something comes up, I'll reach out. But I don't have any plans. It's Pride Month. I'm so excited. It's my birthday month too, but who cares about that? I don't care about that. It's these guys' birthday soon, though. They're going to be 2 years old? 3 years old. 2? 3. 2. 2 years old? Oh my God, they're going to be 2 years old. My babies. Y'all are getting old already. My babies. 2 years old. Can you believe these kittens? 2 years old they'll be this year. In June. It's nuts. It's nuts. They showed up on my doorstep like 2 days, like a day or two after my birthday. They showed up on my doorstep. Well, they were under my porch, but showed up on my porch. No, it's going to be 2 years old. Anyway. Yeah, so annoyed that it took me how long to read them and they aren't even finished. I don't think they ever will be. Those books, I don't think they ever will be. Anyway, yes, that works for me. Tuesday, yes, Tuesday 28th. Yeah, Game of Thrones will never be finished. Ever. I think he will die from a heart attack before they're finished. That sounds terrible, but he's not in the best health. And I think that I don't think we're ever going to get those books. I was telling Josh, like, as a creative writer, I get it because he created such an expansive world that, like, and it is big. It's a big world. And from what I've heard, he doesn't, from what I heard, it's like mostly in his head too, from what I've like interviews I've seen. So like, I think he made it too big and I don't think he planned that out, like how it was going to go. And then the show like took its own liberties with it because like the show goes further than the books. So then you have that conflicting with what's already in your head, even though he helped out the show, but like you have that as well to compete with what you're trying to write. And I don't envy George R.R. Martin. I from a creative writing point of view, I feel for him, but as a reader, it would be nice to get the rest of the series, but I don't think we ever will. I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, I'm not ever going to hold my breath. Anyway, live chat. Yes. Okay, the 28th. It's saved. Yes. Who cares about my birthday? I think birthdays are overrated. But cats are the best. They deserve to be celebrated. We are always here. We're always here. We're here for you. Good plan, complete series. Don't say that. Yeah. See, like I said, like from a creative, and I've had this discussion with Josh before because he gets really mad about the series, like not being finished, even though he hasn't read any of them. Oh my God. Yes, you can show the emojis. Jesus. Show the emojis, but not asking if, naked ladies can show up or anything. But like Josh, like he gets so frustrated, but like he's never read any of them yet. But like he's like gets frustrated about it. And I always like tell him, I'm like, I get it. From a creative writing point of view, I get it. And now I think he's put it off so long that it's now there's more pressure. The more he puts it off and the more he like doesn't finish it and publish it. I'm like, so I get it. But as a reader, yes, I understand the frustration. I don't think we'll ever get them. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to hold my breath that series will ever be finished. Anyway, cats are not overrated. Neither are plants. No. Birthdays are overrated, but not cats. And not plants. Yeah. And yeah, there's a lot to those series, but like, yeah, I think he made it too big. And now he doesn't know what the hell to do. And I think he has the competition of like where the show went in his head as well. And you have the expectations of people, and it just keeps getting greater. Yeah, I think he'll die before they ever come out. That's terrible to say. But I think he just needs to hook up with Stephen King, and they'll get popped out real quick. Because Stephen King pumps out a new book like every week. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, from a creative writing point of view, I get it. I wrote one chapter today, and I'm like, woo, look at me. I wrote a chapter of my YA novel. And it's like, and it's not even high fantasy. And like, this guy's out here pumping 1,000-page books out. Stephen King co-write them. Ain't that the truth? Although, you know something that I've learned? When Stephen King recommends a book, I'm instantly skeptical because I've read multiple books that have been recommended by Stephen King that where he's like, this was so good. It was like such a good book. Like there'll be a blurb from Stephen King and it's been like one of the worst books I've ever read. Like there's a book back there called Blondes. I think it's called Blondes. I can't remember where it is. It's a black book, black cover. I don't know where it is. There's a book called Blondes that I read that like had a blurb from Stephen King, and that's why I bought it, because I'm like, oh, Stephen King said this is like so good, and I read it, and it was not good. It was not good. It was not good. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Terrible book. And like there's like been a couple books like that Stephen King has been like, this is so good, and then I read it and I'm like, so I don't trust Stephen King's opinion. I trust his opinion on music. He's got great taste in music. Like Stephen King likes the Ramones, and like he likes some good music. And he's got some good political views as well. He fucking hates Trump. And I like Stephen King as like a person. He's like a person, and I like his movies and his books, but he has very bad opinion when it comes to books. I don't always think his book opinions are the best. I will not take his opinion. If he says a book is good, I'm like, nope. Nope. Sorry. So if Stephen King ever reads my YA novel, which will never happen, but if he ever reads my YA novel and he says it's good, I'm going to instantly think that my YA novel is trash. Me either. He doesn't recommend good books. I don't trust his opinion. he makes some amazing adaptations. Like the Stephen King adaptations are done very well, I think. We just watched The Stand not too long ago, which ironically has Amber Heard in it, and she's been all up in the news. I've been watching the Johnny Depp trial, and that's been an experience. I'm like glued to it, and I don't know why. Like so many other people right now. But she was all right in it. I didn't think she was terrible. She was all right. But we just watched The Stand, and I liked it. I thought it was good. I like me some Skarsgård. We all know that I'm obsessed with Bill Skarsgård because he gave me a clown complex by playing Pennywise. Castle Rock. He's in Castle Rock. Castle Rock was so good. Such a good Stephen King adaptation. Clown complex. Give me a clown kink. I guess that should be the word I said. Not complex. Kink. Pennywise kink. Castle Rock is so good. So good. So good. So good. So good. So good. I loved Castle Rock. Oh, I didn't watch Under the Dome. That's one I haven't watched. I haven't read Under the Dome either. And I haven't read The Stand either. I don't think. I've read it. I read it last year. Last year? Shit, feels like forever ago. I read it. Salem's Lot. Oh, they're making a new Salem's Lot, and I'm so excited. Salem's Lot is like my favorite Stephen King. I think second would be, I like Pet Sematary a lot too. What do you hear? Someone's messing around. I'm like looking at my thing. I haven't seen Lissy's Story. Did he make Lissy's Story? I think it was an Apple production. And that's probably why I didn't see it. Or I knew they were working on it. Lissy's Story TV series. Oh, 2021. Ooh, it doesn't have very good rating. Came out last June and July. Is it ended? Is it done? Oh, it's just a miniseries. Okay. I didn't get to see that. That was on like Apple TV, I think, though. I don't watch Apple TV. Lissy's Story book was weird. But I enjoyed it. It was a weird fucking book, though. And it really helped me understand like his writing, Stephen King's writing process a lot more. Because he said that book is very much like his baby. It's very much, they said that book is very much a very good representation of how the character in that book is a very good representation of how he writes, which is, if you've ever read Lissy's Story, if you haven't read Lissy's Story, and you do read it, it's okay. Like, it's just like, okay, that's how you read. That's how you write. Basically, I don't want to spoil it. But if that's how he writes, it's interesting. And Lissy's Story is really underrated. I think it's not a lot of people read it. I don't think. It's really pretty. My edition is really pretty. I don't want to get up and go get it, but it's really pretty. I really like the cover of it. But yeah, psychological drama, romance. Ooh, excuse me. I haven't seen the show, but yeah, Julianne Moore is in it. Yep. I haven't seen it, but the book. I listened to it. I try to listen to as much Stephen King as I can because I feel like they're more digestible. And usually the narrators I really like the narrators usually for the Stephen King books. They're usually pretty good. And I listened to Lissy's Story, and it was really good. Oh boy. What? Do you see something that I don't? Is there a bug? Obi's awake and towering down. Oberyn. Oh, let me go get it. So I can go get it. Oh my god, I gotta stand up though. Oh, come on. Hold on. Yeah, it's a chunker. It's a chunky boy. It's a chunky boy. But like the cover's really fucking pretty. Like look at this. Look at this. You ready for this? Ready for this? Ah! Like look at this. Like this cover is insane. Yeah. It's a really pretty book. It's really fucking pretty. Whoa! Did you have to do that? Right? Right? Under the cover, like it's something. It is really pretty. It's really unique. It's really grief driven as well. It was really grief driven. Because the main character's husband died, I believe. Yeah. Lissy Landon lost her husband Scott 2 years ago after 25-year marriage and the most profound and sometimes frightening intimacy. Scott was an award-winning best-selling novelist, of course, because he always likes his novelists. He always likes to have his novelist main characters. But anyway, yeah. And it's got like some psychological weird stuff in it. Anyway, it's interesting. It's an interesting read. I think initially I gave it 3 stars, I think when I first read it, but since it like sat with me, I think I've like would bump it up to 4 after I've sat with it and like really like thought about how complex it is and the layers of it. And it's stuck with me enough that I keep thinking about it. So it's probably like bumped up to a 4-star. But it's a long one. It's a long one. That's what she said. But I don't have that book. Yeah, like I said, like it's not one of his more popular books. It's more, yeah, it's like a love story. Yeah, it says Nicholas Sparks has a blurb on here. Like, Lissy's story is a wondrous novel of marriage, a love story steeped in strength and tenderness. But it's also like psychological and fantastical. Like there's some fantasy elements in here. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some weird stuff that happens in here. Yeah, it says here, like, perhaps King's most personal and powerful story. Lissy's story is about the wellsprings of creativity, the temptations of madness, and the secret language of love. Because it's dedicated to his wife. He said that this book was like this. That's why he did everything with Lissy's story. Like he produced, and he was very intimately involved with the Lissy's Story TV show, because this is like very intimate to him. This is a very intimate book of like his marriage and his relationship with writing too. Like he says that this is very much how he writes, which again, if and when you read it, is weird. But it's interesting. It's interesting. It's an intense one though. It's definitely intense, I think. But it's worth a read. It's a Stephen King. Of course it's worth a read. Anyway. Grief is a huge factor of it. But audio is 19 hours. Yeah. I listened to it on audio. I took my sweet old time. Yeah, Nicholas Sparks blurb. Right? Like random.
Search Grr Martin. Grr. Yeah, it's an intense one, but it's good. It's good. I highly recommend. Anyway, yes, sorry. Yes, it has been. And we've been talking for 3 hours. Holy hell. I'm sorry. So many tangents. So many tangents. It has been. Sorry. So many tangents. Anyway, we're reading these two next time. I really like. Ow! I just hit myself in the face. I really like the Vile Village a lot. This one's scary. We will chat next month. Sorry about all the tangents. I'm a tangenty person. It is my life. I'm gonna go take a nice bubble bath and reread my chapter that I wrote and see if it's trash. And we will chat more. I love you guys. Sorry for all the tangents. As always, tangents are a part of these live chats. Maybe I'll make some bookish content for my channel soon. We'll see. Pride Month is coming. We'll see you at Pride Month next month. Pride Month. Woo. Anyway, I love you guys. Goodbye. Bye. Have a good night. Say goodbye, guys. No? Nothing? Nope. Anyway. Bye.